Around the Ozarks in 5, brought to you by Talking Rocks Cavern. Explore the beauty above and below ground at Talking Rocks Cavern. The Springfield Greene County Park Board reminding you to go play. And Roto-Rooter Plumbing and Drain Service. Call Southwest Missouri's best plumber today for a free estimate. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Forhetz.
Hey, good morning to you on Thursday. Here we are Thursday before Christmas. And I still got that frog in my throat. So I'm going to let Sarah do the majority of these reads.
Okay.
And I'll comment maybe throughout.
You'll just add, I'll do like play by play and you'll do color or what?
Yeah, I just don't want people to have to listen to this the whole time.
Okay. Here's a look at the news. The shooting of a man by a homeowner in Stone County was justified. That's the ruling from the Greene County prosecutor, Dan Patterson. The office has been investigating that incident that happened in Reed Spring in November when the homeowner confronted a man who was behaving very oddly in his driveway. The man attacked him and the homeowner shot the guy in self-defense. If a Springfield firefighter comes down with cancer, now they are entitled to some help with the financial toll of that. Springfield City Council voted in favor of what's called the Missouri Critical Illness and Trust Pool for 2024. Springfield leaders opted for the maximum of $300,000 worth of coverage per firefighter. Now, you may know this. The CDC says cancer is the leading cause of death among firefighters, which is just incredible that they are still willing to sign up for that profession. Yeah. So God bless them all.
Right.
All right. Now to this. Mercy has a new employee. Her name is Toni. And I think it's a female, Toni. So I think it's a girl because of the spelling. She is a virtual assistant. Yes, a robot who will help with scheduling appointments and refilling prescriptions. In the last month, Mercy says Toni has interacted with more than 14,000 patients and answered about 42,000 questions.
Like it's an actual robot that rolls around at Mercy?
No, it's a call. It's when you call. It's like a 24/7 call number. You know, okay. Toni.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting because I feel like they've already.
When I say robot, I mean virtual assistant is the So you know how we had the issue with our refrigerator and we had to call LG? Well, I had to call LG a million times.
I do.
Their virtual assistant was named Clark. He's like, "Hi, Sarah. This is Clark. I'm the virtual assistant. How are you doing today?" It sounds like a human, except for it's a little bit robotic. But I mean, he has like a human voice. Like if you didn't know, you wouldn't know. So anyway.
So it's a step up from to fill the prescription, press 2.
Right.
2. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Because it can answer questions for you too. Okay. Yeah. So it looks like Robertson and Pershing elementary schools will likely be closing down. The district recommended the school board vote to close them both, but the board will have the final say come January. Now, it's possible they could still be renovated to meet the current demands of the school and the needs of the district. Public meetings will be held to gather some input Thursday, January 4th at Robertson and Monday, January 8th at Pershing. So that continues to try to figure out the best course forward for those two buildings.
Yeah, those are always big decisions on when do you revamp a building, renovate, and when do you start fresh?
Move elsewhere. Yes. All right. O'Reilly is expanding into Canada. That's exciting. The Springfield-based company is acquiring Groupe Del Vasto, which is based in Canada. They will add more than 500 Vast Auto team members with 23 stores. O'Reilly now has more than 6,100 stores in the U.S., Mexico, and Puerto Rico, and soon to be Canada.
Man, congratulations. They are killing it. They're just doing so good.
Listen, I'm just glad that they moved into my hometown. The oldest town in Oklahoma. It's small little one stoplight town in Fort Gibson, America, and I'm so glad that they're there.
What store
was
that?
O'Reilly Go. 6, that was number 6,000. Yeah, I remember. It was a big deal. Yeah. I mean, for me, it was a big deal for them too, though, because 6,000 is quite the milestone. So
yeah, it is big number.
Yeah. All right, this is you. You can talk well enough.
You need to go there and get your headlight fixed. By the way,
I know. I still haven't. I know it's terrible. I know. Go. I know. Okay, go.
Yeah, one headlight. Hey, today is the first official day of winter. but it won't really feel like it. High in the mid-50s, low in the 40s. Stay tuned for Abby's Wake Up Weather after this to find out more about that. Today is also the shortest day of the year when it comes to daylight. We'll experience less daylight today than any other day of the year. Some parts of the country will only see 6 hours of daylight today, which is brutal. It's like the worst. But here's the good news. We start increasing that daylight every day starting tomorrow, and that increasing will continue into June, about the June 21st or so. So that's good news. We're on the upswing. There's at the end of the tunnel. It's 6 months away, but we'll get there eventually.
I saw a Christian County lawmaker is filing a bill to try to do away with springing forward and falling back.
Yeah.
I mean, it happens quite a bit. Like, this is same song and dance, but I feel like one of these times it's going to happen for a lot of people because there's 20 different states with similar bills right now. So, Arizona and Hawaii
agree to it.
I mean, because the federal government ultimately has to kind of sign off on it. So used to, the rule was that your neighboring state would have to have the same rule, but everybody has a neighboring state in these United States. So it's process, but we'll see. So anyway, all right. So that is today, the first official day of winter. It's also the kickoff to the busy holiday travel season that runs for the next 14 days. It's today through January 3rd. So you got 14 days of super high travel. The TSA says this year could set records for highest number of travelers. However, winter storms predicted elsewhere could also impact those numbers. But so far, 2023 has seen the lowest commercial flight cancellations in the last 5 years. And experts say since travel went very well this year on Thanksgiving, some saw record numbers and everything went smoothly. Airlines are calling that a success. They think people will travel again for Christmas, and they are anticipating sold out flights unless winter weather, which, by the way, is predicted elsewhere, could throw that off. So, and Abby can detail that. But anyway, we're going to be in the all clear, but not everybody else is.
It's an El Nino year. Travel didn't go smoothly for me because our original flight from Las Vegas to Dallas, then to Springfield, was delayed coming back, and we got an email about that probably about 4 or 5 hours before the flight was supposed to take off, which was nice because it kept us from going to the airport and finding out there. But it meant we missed our connecting flight in Dallas to Springfield, and then we had to wait all night, so we ended up driving. But that's the first time that I think that's happened to me, where I missed the original flight, and that threw off my other flights.
That happened to me in Paris, and I'm not familiar with that airport, so I was a little bit like, I got to go figure this out.
Yeah, but different countries, tough.
Yeah. Okay. Tonight is the last night for the Main Street Christmas, which is happening in Fair Grove. We told you about it before, but it's Thursday nights in Fair Grove. You and your sweetheart or the kiddos can go downtown Fair Grove and enjoy shopping, some sweet treats, all the local small businesses taking part, staying open late. It's from 5 to 8 on historic Main Street and Old Mill Road. So it should be a great time and nicely decorated just for you. So that's Thursday. And then on Friday and Saturday in Springfield from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., you could head to downtown area for a free, fun, festive event and on Park Central Square. Santa and the Springfield Holiday Express will be on the square taking pictures with Santa Claus right there under the mayor's tree, which is really, really beautiful. And then you can ride the Holiday Express around the inside of the square. So great times for the kids, and it's free. So head that direction Friday and Saturday. It is the last weekend for that as well.
Yeah, that sounds fun. I do know that there's rain in the forecast. I don't know how much or whether it'll rain out these events, but I know it's going to be fairly warm. And so that's nice for these events, but rain may be a problem. So
yep. So tune in and watch Abby. Yeah.
Wake up weather. Yeah.
She'll let you know. All right. Well, thanks, guys. It's hard to believe it's Thursday and just a few more days here. So, yep. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for watching and listening. Tell your friends, and we'll see you back here on Friday.
It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, sponsored by Scooters Coffee. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
And good morning to you. It is Thursday, December 21st, and rain returns to the Ozarks tonight. I think for most of us, we'll stay rain-free during the daylight hours today, but it's mild out there this morning. Temperatures, as you head out the door, they're near 40 degrees. It's incredibly warm. I once again have an above average day in the forecast, 57 for the high temperature today, mostly cloudy skies. And I think most of that rain is going to hold off for us as we head into the evening hours and move into much of Friday. The rain will be widespread, but I think most of it's going to be pretty light in nature. The other story today is that the south wind sticks around, and that's what's keeping us so warm in the forecast. So we'll dive right in this morning as we get closer and closer to the Christmas holiday. Warm and rainy are the headlines in the Ozarks for the holiday weekend. I mentioned rain chances start today, but really for most, I think this will be after sunset, and it should be very light in nature. I'm not expecting any thunderstorms. I don't think you're going to get just a ton in the rain gauge with this first round, but by the time we kind of add up all the rain chances in this forecast, a widespread 1 to 3 inches are possible across the Ozarks. So a nice hefty little rain total here for the holiday. And those of you that will be hitting the roads for holiday travel might want to pay attention to this forecast because there will be some rainfall that could just not be that pleasant to drive in. Temperatures remain above average, not just today, but all the way through Christmas Day. I told you 57 for the high temp. Not hard to get there when we're starting at 40 degrees. So you don't need the big, thick winter coat today, but I expect that you're going to want the rain gear starting today. And maybe just keep an umbrella in the car. Go ahead, pack it right now because you're going to need it through Christmas Day. We do have unsettled weather that will spread into a large portion of the Midwest today. In fact, rain chances expected all the way from Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, all the way up into Illinois and Indiana. This is all out ahead of our next disturbance that's going to be pushing through for us. And like I said, it's nothing that's too heavy, but it's widespread rainfall that lasts through much of the forecast period. Light rainfall amounts will be with us starting tonight, lasting through most of Friday. And through Friday night, I think the best chance for rain is likely going to be about a 50% chance of getting 1/10 of an inch. So it's not going to be a ton of rainfall, less than 1/4 inch in most places through this time period. But like I said, these are not the only rain chances in the forecast. So we'll add to that with another round that comes through likely for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. The forecast for today, 57 degrees, rain chances moving in very lightly. Overnight tonight, we really just don't see these low temperatures fall too much. We keep this strong south wind with the cloud cover in place. It kind of insulates us tonight. It acts like a blanket in the overnight hours, and that means our low temp will only fall back to about 45 again. Once again, that sets us up for another warm 157 again on Friday. The rain chance looks pretty good through the day on Friday afternoon. And then rain chances decrease for us on Saturday if that's a travel day for you. The 23rd looks all right. I think we'll keep a good deal of cloud cover, keep about a 20% chance for rain in the Ozarks, and temperatures will be approaching 61 degrees on Saturday. So a warm Christmas. Kids can play in the yard if you're getting together on Saturday. It will be a nice warm afternoon to enjoy. Overnight lows, as I mentioned, they stay really warm too. In fact, we're above freezing through this entire timeline. So even if the white Christmas were in question, which it's not, temperatures not even making it to freezing for the overnight hours is not a good sign that you're going to see much of winter weather in the forecast in the extended range. Then we have rain chances moving back into the forecast. I think they ramp up again on Sunday. That's for Christmas Eve. Monday, we hold on to the rain chances in the Ozarks. And I think Sunday probably looks like the best chance for widespread rain. Timing of the highest coverage on Sunday will probably be in the afternoon and evening hours, but it's about an 80% chance for rain on Sunday. So a pretty good bet that you're going to be dealing with some rainfall then. As we move into Christmas Day, we are going to be talking about rain chances, about a 40% chance for rain. It looks like the highest totals will be in the eastern Ozarks on Christmas Day, but we are holding on to that warm and soggy pattern. Around the country, what's making headlines today is that excessive rainfall is continuing for portions of Southern California. I told you about that yesterday. More rain for Southern California today. So likely going to be some flood headlines coming out of that state. We also have temperatures that are nearly 15 to 25 degrees above where they typically are for much of the northern and central high plains. We're above average in the Midwest as well. And then cold air, it could return to not only the Ozarks, but for the middle part of the country after Christmas. We're talking closer to New Year's. It does look like cold weather is going to come back. So don't write off the winter season just yet. In fact, by the way, winter officially begins late tonight. So winter is coming after Christmas. Well, after Christmas, we have several days of above average temperatures before we have to deal with that really cold weather. All right, here's a look at that Around the Ozarks wake up weather brain twister question. This is what I left you with yesterday. It was a 50-50 yesterday. True or false? The gangster movie that Kevin McAllister watches in Home Alone is a real film. The options were true or false. Those of you that took a guess over on the Facebook page or the website, if you guessed B, false, you are correct. You all know the movie I'm talking about. He watches it several times, but in the hotel room, it comes in really handy. That movie was given a fake title of Angels with Filthy Souls. It's not a real movie. It is a violent black and white gangster film, though, that Kevin McAllister watches as he tries to tempt his missing family out of hiding. He says, guys, I'm eating junk food, watching rubbish. You better come stop me. And it proves to be pretty useful in that scene when it comes to foiling the inept burglars and scaring them, scaring those pizza boys. But you won't find that flick on any streaming services. Sorry to say, if gangster movies are your thing and you were thinking that sounds better than a Christmas movie, you're going to have to queue up a Christmas movie. Sorry to break it to you. All right, here's a look at that brain twister question. This is for tomorrow. The charity Toys for Tots is run by the reserve force of which branch of the U.S. military? Do you think it is the Army, the Marine Corps, the Navy, or the Coast Guard? Let me know your guess. You can do that aroundtheozarks.com. That's where you enter your guess. It is free to enter, and your prize for being correct, if you win the pool of all correct answers, is a $20 gift card to Scooter's Coffee. So thank you, Scooters. We are getting closer to Christmas. We could all use a little caffeine jolt, right? I know I could today. I'm about to go have another cup myself. Have a fantastic day. I will catch you early tomorrow and enjoy that 57 degrees.